Here's the main screen system here. We have our arcade machines, we have our Nintendo, we have our Super Nintendo, and our Sega Genesis. And if you want to go into any of these consoles, what you would do is press the enter button. So everything is labeled here, right down here. So we press the enter button to get into arcade. And then what we have is our favorites right here. We go into any sort of favorites like NBA Jam, Miss Pac-Man, Golden Axe, Gauntlet, and Galaga, Frogger, Double Dragon, Donkey Kong, Centipede, Commando, all the good stuff. You can add and subtract favorites just easily. We can go back to the game list, and say we want to add a game. So we can add a favorite by going add favorite here, down here, and then press the enter button. Bam! Go to toggle favorites. We can actually use the up and down arrow to go through letters. See this classic right there. If we need to get rid of that one, we just see how it says delete favorite right here? We can just go like this. Boom, it's gone.
So this is your Nintendo.
Yes.
So how many games are there?
There's about 857 games. Every single game ever released for Nintendo.
And that's the same for Super Nintendo and Genesis?
Yeah, and actually all systems have about the same amount of games that they released. But there's some rarities out there, and there's going to be some extra games from Japan, and some early releases, and some USA releases, and some really weird games.
And that's exactly the same as it would be on the consoles.
Yeah, I mean, we can go in here and we can just go into Sega right now, go to favorites, and we'll do some of my favorites, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, obviously. Yeah, everyone remembers that, right?
Nice.
Everything is printed here on the control panel. We got our start button here. We can do one player game. And if you remember this game, the action's fast, just as it was when, that's the best thing about Sega, is it was such a fast system. Just really well done. And we can also, I think if I remember, the two-player can control tails, right? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's exactly like it was on the system.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the funny part about this, is that you'd always get your little sister or your little brother to play Tails. Tails would always stay off the screen, yeah.
So when you're done with the game, how do you go back to the main screen?
Yeah, say you die, you just hold down player 1 button for about 5 seconds. It's programmed that way so you don't accidentally just hit a button. And at any time, I mean, it's foolproof. You can just press all the buttons. Nothing will ever happen. It's
right.
All HAP controls back from the same buttons they used in the 80s.
So I think the big thing here is the MAME.
Yeah, let's go and do that. What we have here is the MAME, the Multiple Arcade Machine Emulator. What comes preloaded on the Man Cave model, this is not for resale, it's not for bars or anything, it's for your home. It comes with 6,500 arcade games, and you have a choice from, Pac-Man 1942, we've got Space Invaders, Street Fighter 2, The Simpsons, all the good stuff on here.
These play exactly the same way as they did in the arcade when we were growing up.
Yeah, they actually did. The only difference would be that you don't have to add quarters, you just, bam, you got a quarter.
And some of the games, say for Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega, that require saving,
yeah.
Do they save?
That's actually a good question. All the games on the consoles all have saving options, and even if you unplug the game and plug it in Asia, like all the high scores will be there. And also with with the arcade games, they all will save as well, and that's an actual add-on that I put into the software about 2 years ago, because they emulate these games so perfectly that, remember back in the day when you unplug an arcade machine, it would erase all the high scores, all the saving options. But we have developed a way to save the high scores so that no matter where you go and move this to another province or another state, that the high scores stay the same in the arcade games.
Great.
We have our just all the controls that you'll ever need to play any of the games that are on here. We have your Nintendo, your Super Nintendo, your Sega Genesis, and all the arcade buttons that you'll ever need to play any game that's on here. It's all printed on the control panel so that you can put a kid in front of it and he'll be able to figure it out.
In all the games, you've already determined which buttons there are, so
yeah, that's
people
right,
don't
yeah.
have to reprogram it. It's already done.
Yeah, there's no keyboard or mouse ever needed. Also include a 1-year warranty with everything, so if anything goes wrong with the machine, this includes the parts and labor. If you're local, I will come to your establishment or your house, and I will fix anything that goes on, or I'll have my guys come and fix anything that goes wrong with these machines.
Awesome. All right, thank you.
Thanks, man.
Holla.